Girls Can Read. Hey guys, it's Katie and today I am here to do my April wrap-up video. And in April I managed to read a total of 3 books, nearly read 4 books. I literally just finished it on like the beginning of the month, so I'm going to be including that in next month's wrap up, but still I am proud that I managed to get some reading done. So without further ado, let's get started. The first book that I managed to complete in April was These Broken Stars by Amy Kaufman and Megan Spooner. I finally managed to finish this book, guys. I started it a couple of years ago and I got probably like 50 or so pages in, and then I put it down because there were so many other books that I wanted to pick up and read as well, and like review books and stuff. And so I set it as a goal to read it for the Read Your Book Shelf-a-thon, and I managed to get it read and completed, and I actually really enjoyed it. I can understand why they say it's kind of like Titanic in space, just because, you know, it's this girl that's kind of rich and then there's just this guy and they just crash land on this planet, and there's just so many mysteries about this planet and so many things that they find out about, like their own ship and all that. And obviously there's a romance that sparks between them because they are the only 2 that's on this planet and they spend literally every day with each other, so there is a connection there. And it just ends in a really sort of awesome way, which leads on to a sequel, so I can't wait to read the sequel. And the cover of these books are all absolutely beautiful, and I just simply really adored this story. It's different and it's interesting, and I ended up giving this book a 5 out of 5 Kit Kats. The next book that I read and completed was a reread for me. That's purely because of my latest obsession with this Netflix TV show, and that is 13 Reasons Why by Jay Asher. This is the Netflix cover to it, and I had to buy the cover to it. I used to have the old edition, but I don't know what happened to it. I had it so many years ago because this book is literally like 10 years old now, and my goodness, I feel like I enjoyed this book more the second time round. The first time round I think I gave it like a 4 out of 5 Kit Kats, but this time I gave it like 5 out of 5 Kit Kats. I just really loved it, and I just loved how it was put together and how the tapes were put together. And there's any like minuscule sort of like differences between this and the TV show, which is what I liked about it, and I liked what the TV show did, what the book didn't, and that sort of thing. But I still really enjoyed it. In this version, guys, you get like pictures from the TV show, and that's what I really like. I'll just quickly show you a couple, and I think that is definitely unique and why you should get this version of the book rather than the original. And you know, just give it a lot of love. If you haven't watched the TV show yet, I simply suggest that you do, because it's awesome. It's completely addictive. I have got my boyfriend to watch it and he is literally obsessed with it as well, so yeah, this is why you should read this book. Sorry, my nan came home and therefore I went out to do some errands, and then I had a shower, hence the slightly damp hair and a change of clothes. The final book that I managed to read in April was More Happy Than Not by Adam Silvera, which again I started last year and I got about halfway through and then I put it down again, but I'm glad and feel really achieved that I managed to pick this up again and get this completed. This is an LGBT sort of novel, and I read this towards one of my TBR challenges, which was to read a book that I've had for 1 or more years. So again, it just makes me feel really good to get another book that I've had for over a year read. And I did actually really enjoy this. I gave it 4.5 Kit Kats out of 5, and the reason being that it didn't score like a 5 Kit Kat rating was purely because I didn't like how some things turned out, and it did slightly confuse me at first, but obviously when things were explained a bit I understood. I was just like, what's going on? It was a little bit mind-blowing, but it was still like a really good and interesting story, and that's what I liked about it. And this is basically about this boy, and then there's this sort of program that can delete your memories if you so do it, and this boy sort of discovers that he likes a guy but he has a girlfriend, and he sort of feels like the only way to, you know, make him permanently straight is if he deletes his memories of feeling gay. And so he goes and tries to get that operation complete. However, there's a twist in the story which I didn't see coming, and I actually really liked the fact that it caught me off guard. But yeah, it's definitely a really interesting sort of story, and I would love to read any other of Adam Silvero's books. And I know that he has another book that is out, History Is All You Left Me, I believe it's called, so I definitely look forward to giving that a read. But I do actually recommend this book, especially if you like your LGBT sort of novels. So there you have it, guys. That is the end of my April wrap up, all the books that I read in April. I'm hoping that with May I can do really well as well. I have already completed one book, so I always try to achieve to read at least 5 books, but I do get very busy sometimes in my life, so yes, I need to get on the A game because I am behind on my Goodreads challenge and I need to step up on that at some point. But yeah, that's all I read. If you've read any of these books, let me know how you did in the month of April as well, and see you soon, guys, in my next video for my May TBR. Bye!